Hello, my name is Ebony Grisom and I am a Protestant chaplain. Like you, I am looking for peace in the midst of this pandemic storm. Also, like you, I find peace in my holy text. These days, I've been reminding myself and rereading my favorite scripture, Romans 8:28. There, Paul writes, "All things work together for the good of those who love the Lord and are called according to his purpose." I appreciate that scripture so much and cling to its promise. It's a lifeline for me because it reminds me that even though or even when everything is not good, God can and will bring goodness from everything. That's important, especially during this pandemic. It's so easy to be gripped by anxiety and fear. But instead of clinging to that, the scripture reminds me to look for and cling to God's goodness. It also reminds me that goodness may be hidden in plain sight. So how might God's goodness look? How might it reveal itself to us now? God's goodness can look like neighbors banding together to ensure that everyone, especially the most vulnerable, have what they need in this season. Food, water, shelter, medication, social interaction, even if from a distance, and toilet paper. God's goodness can reveal itself through graduating seniors who are walking around campus in their caps and gowns, taking pictures in front of the front gates in Healy Hall with Bishop Carroll, Dahlgren Quad, Red Square, all the places that have been important in their collegiate journey. They remind us and themselves they're a witness that commencement continues. It looks like faculty supporting each other as we migrate to a virtual community. God's goodness looks like a campus ministry discerning prayerfully ways to creatively yet faithfully minister virtually to students in the Georgetown community. This can be an anxiety-producing and scary time, but we can walk boldly through it when we expect God to bring us through. Yes, but also to bring us through for good, for our good, for God's good and for God's glory. This may be a time, even the first time, that some of us feel God's presence, that we feel God's love because we're seeking it with intention. All things, even a pandemic, work together for the good of those who love God. You are neither physically separated or socially distant from God. Rest in your love for God and savor God's love for you through and in this pandemic and for the rest of your days. May it be so.